Okay, we are back with another video. This is day 8 on your quit smoking journey with me. And I'm P from the channel P&E here on YouTube. And I'm so grateful that you're joining me for these videos. There's 22 of them. And they're not only going to help make quitting smoking easy for you forever, no willpower, no deprivation, but also you can manifest whatever you want in life with the principles and things we're talking about through these 22 videos. Not only do I want you to be free of smoking, but I want you to have really cool, awesome stuff. You know, isn't that amazing? So one thing I really like to do with these videos is keep them quick and actionable. I want to inspire and empower you, uplift you if you're feeling shitty about quitting smoking. But I also just want to give you some good things that you can actually do in your day-to-day and, like I say, get what you want. So here we go. Let's get right into it. So over these 22 videos, I'm using the major arcana of our tarot to inspire and guide us with the themes of each video and actions you can take and ways you might be feeling, etc. So today's card is the Chariot. Okay, and you can see there we've got an armed up person in a chariot, some Sphinx there. And you can see some of the cards show the chains and some of them don't to whatever's going to drive the cart. In this case, it's a couple of Sphinx, and there's no chain because this fella, this driver, is going to use sheer willpower. Peeps, have you tried willpower before? I know I've tried it to quit smoking. I've tried it to get myself to do all kinds of things. And in the end, most people give up. I mean, your willpower can only take you so far. If it is the only motivation behind something, you're eventually going to stop doing it. You know, I trained once for a half marathon. That took a lot of willpower. I had to make myself get up in the mornings when I didn't want to, or go for runs when I just didn't want to. I wanted to do anything else but. And so that lasted for a while. Was it a lifelong change for me? No, it was not. I was not set up for success in that fashion. I was using willpower and more of bullying type thinking with myself as opposed to empowerment, which is what I'm into now with these videos. So as you can see with this card, you're ready to go into battle. And this card really represents willpower and resolving conflict. So it's a perfect time to talk about that because there's a huge misconception of quitting smoking that you're going to need to use willpower. A lot of people, and why they don't quit or attempt quitting when they maybe want to and they put it off and they procrastinate about something they know they want to do because they feel like, I'm never going to have enough willpower. How often do I hear people say that? And you're right, it can only take you so far. The actual idea of using willpower for something, when you think about it, it's the idea, most people think that if they can just have enough willpower, they're going to do it. And the willpower idea is one that goes like, I'm just going to force myself not to do or to do this thing. And eventually, if I just keep forcing it, it's either going to become easier or the thing's going to disappear. And, you know, hopefully it's going to be okay. Well, in the back of your mind, you know that that's going to be hard and that your willpower has not worked for you in the past, maybe for other things, or you've seen other people fail using willpower. And so, and I talk about setting yourself up for success and failure all the time because it really is a key to success. So fundamentally, if you're using willpower, you're hoping that your willpower is going to outlast this desire and then you're going to be okay. What a faulty plan. What if you could look at it and go, I'm not going to use willpower. I'm not going to use deprivation. I'm not going to bully myself into quitting. I actually want to quit. What about that? What if you thought about the idea that since you don't want to smoke, that it's not going to be about deprivation. However, it might take some tiny reminders in the beginning. Your brain might just need to be reminded that you don't do that anymore. So a hunger pain or a craving initially before it's out of your system, which is only a couple of days, will come on. And if you actually don't want to smoke, which we've talked about in the other videos, getting clear about that, you can then remind yourself, oh yeah, remember, you don't do that anymore. You don't want to do that. And then your brain's going to go, oh shit, okay, sweet, you're right. I don't want to do that. I forgot. Alternatively, if you're going to use willpower and you really do want to smoke, you're just going to try not to do it for a while and see if you can get that to stick. When a craving or a hunger pain comes up, you're going to go, wow, I'm really hungry. I really want a cigarette. Oh, I can feel how badly I want a cigarette. Oh, this sucks. Little willpower. If I can just have some willpower, maybe it'll go away. I'm going to tell my friend here at work, oh, I just want a cigarette so bad. Oh, it would be so great if I could have a cigarette. Oh, I want a cigarette. I hate how I can't have one even though I want one. And you see how shitty that feels in comparison to, oh yeah, I don't do that anymore. And you continue out the door realizing you haven't forgotten your smokes because you don't want them. Okay? Now, this sounds like I'm simplifying a craving. I am. If you really look at a craving in the face, it is gone before you know it. But we have been trained to believe that they're really something to be reckoned with. We have been trained to believe, and I believed it for years, that it was difficult. And as a matter of fact, when I've tried to quit before, those cravings were really difficult. Interesting. Could it have been my mindset? Hello? It totally was. I was set up on willpower. Here's another example. The gum, for example, or the patch or something. If you're set up on willpower and you go, okay, cravings hitting, I'm going to have some gum, and that's going to bolster my willpower. And between telling myself I don't want it and just taking some gum and forgetting about it, that should do it. Well, it's only going to do it until the next craving comes. And guess what? When you do it that way, the push down and ignore method and the willpower and just a substitution, you're ignoring the truth and you're pushing it down. And as soon as the craving comes back the next time, it's going to come back stronger because it saw that it made a tiny crack in your armor. You had to have the gum. It's getting somewhere. You had to use the patch. You have all these outside tools because you can't do it yourself because you're using willpower method. And the little evil nicotine addicted thing inside there will grab onto that. And so it'll come back 10 times harder. And see if you give in that time. And if you do the same thing again, it's going to come back 10 times harder. And eventually you're going to give in. Not all people do. There are people who survive that no problem. Well, I wouldn't say no problem. I think they get plagued for quite some time. I think they suffer. I think they go back in different times of their life. They'll pick it up again for short periods or even long periods. They're never really free. And that is different. I am talking about really being free. Like I am free, okay? Every once in a while I'll smell a cigarette and I'll go, oh, and I talked about this in an earlier video. And I'll go, oh, if only cigarettes didn't suck so bad. I had some good times while I was a smoker. That didn't hurt me. I didn't have to use willpower not to have one. It didn't bother me whatsoever. I just had a nostalgia moment for when I believed it was okay to smoke them, even though it wasn't. I had fun doing it at times, right? Or at least I thought I did. And that's what I'm nostalgic for, not really the cigarette. And so with that mindset, there's no painful deprivation involved. I hope you're getting what I'm putting down. I'd love to know in the comments. Please hit the notifications and subscribe if you want to see all these videos. And we can really, we can support you in the comments through questions and, chatting about the different issues that are coming up with you. Willpower is a tricky subject. People just don't always want to believe that it can be easy. So I would love to talk to you about it in the comments. So here's your action for today. I want you to honor yourself with patience. I want you to appreciate that some reminding times might come up and, maybe more at first and less as time goes on, and that's okay. It isn't difficult to remind yourself not to smoke. It really isn't. A child having a tantrum because they can't have a candy, they find it difficult that they can't have the candy, but you can see that it's really not a huge deal. You have to remember that when you're doing this. The more you build it up to be, the more it's going to be. If you indulge a craving with saying, oh, this is so shitty, I can never do it, then that's what you're going to get. But if you can go, oh, there's that craving, thanks for reminding me what I'm up to here. Now is my opportunity to reinforce that I am a non-smoker. That's great. Go tell your coworker that you just went through a craving and you're so happy that you're a non-smoker. instead of going up to that coworker to get sympathy and complain about how you just so desperately want to smoke. But I'll tell you what, if a smoker hears you, they're going to come over and offer you one. And now you're in a whole another world of problems. Been there, done it. I've seen it. And the smoker isn't offering you one because they're trying to be an asshole. They see your pain. They know, or they think they know what you're feeling because they know all about the smoking trap. So they really are trying to help. I've been there. So just that in its mindset, to pride yourself on saying, yeah, it's a craving. I'm going to remind myself I don't want these things and this is going to be over soon. And taking that attitude is a huge first step in your success. Don't be stubborn about this. 2 things you're going to do today with the old journal and meditation and the idea you're going into it with, because we always journal, we always meditate, because these are the things that are really going to crack the codes of who you are and get you what you want. No one else can tell you your recipe. So if you want to find them, you need a journal and you need to meditate. I can only help you with the ideas and things to get you in there to crack your own code. So first of all, rise to the challenge. Don't suppress your feelings with gums and additives and complaining. Rise to the challenge. Honor the craving. Look it in the face. You might have it come up to you where, oh, this is so hard. As soon as that thought comes in your mind, write it down, challenge it. Why is it hard? What are the cons? What's coming up for you right now? Why is it hard? Is it really hard, or is that just the nicotine monster trying to tell you it's hard? That's probably what it is. So get writing it down. Challenge it. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. I keep saying that because it's true. And with that, don't be vague. Like I say with asking questions, don't just say, oh, this is hard because I want to smoke and I can't have one. You need more details than that. You need to get into that demon and open them right up and see what's really going on. I'm telling you, it's a lot less scary than you think. And then the second thing, obviously, is the visualization, is sort of the meditation. It's the deep breathing and taking yourself to that beautiful place as a non-smoker. Take the patience and the time that it's going to take in your day to do that. I'm too busy, I can't do any of those things. I just have cravings and it sucks. You take on that attitude and that's exactly what you're going to have. No time to help yourself, and you're not going to be able to get free easily. This is an important time. This is the rest of your life. This is a lifestyle change that you're making, and it's important that you give it what it deserves. Approach it with a lighthearted attitude. Give it the time at the beginning it needs, and it's going to evaporate and take up no more of your time, money, or your precious health. Okay. Do it. Put it in the comments. Subscribe. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.